Hello everybody, this is the SPT Containment Unit team, and today we're going to talk about the game and the code behind our game. So when you start a new game, it just tells you the story, and basically you are a scientist and you're working at a highly secretive laboratory, but you don't like it here because you find it dangerous. So you go and clock in for work, and you get an announcement from a military general where I'm going to skip this. You can press enter to skip in most of the dialogues, and basically a virus broke out in the facility and you have to reach level 5 and self-destruct the laboratory so that to save the world and not to let the virus leak into the world. So basically, first thing I want to show you is a camera. As you can see right now, it's not following the player. It's just clamped to the edge of this world, but when you walk to a certain level, it starts following the player. It starts centering the player as the center, yeah. And it also works with various zoom levels. So as you can see right now, it's not following the player at all. Since the camera is wider than the map, it just sets it horizontally, the middle as the middle of the map. It doesn't follow the player horizontal at all. Next, you will encounter these enemies that follow you. These are your ex-employees. They will hit you when you go by them. You pick up these hearts to heal, and there's these debuffs where you can't move as fast and you cannot sprint anymore. There's also these traps. You take damage when you walk over them. So to clear the level, you have to fight this boss. You have various attacks that do different things, and the boss also has random moves. But just for simplicity's sake, I added this kill button that just instantly kills the boss, just to make it the life easier for the tutors, so they don't have to go through all this mess and have to retry if they lose and everything. So when you kill the boss, as you can see, a key spawned into the map. That's his key card to reach the next level, because you're a low level employee. So you go to the next level, and as you can see, there are these shields. When you take them, you cannot get hit at all for the duration of the shield, which is around 3 seconds. And let's say we want to complete this level. We fight the boss. Let's say we kill him again, but the key is very far away, and let's say the tutors aren't bothered enough. I added this give key button, which just grants the key to for this level. It's just for debugging and just to make the life easier for the tutors when grading this. So you get the key and you can move on to the next level. Here's our third level. Here's our fourth level. And here's our fifth level, where the self-destruct button is. You go and you die. Basically, they don't give you a timer to escape, and the military general deceived you, and you die. But at least you save the world. Here you have points, and this is the victory screen, even though you died. And yeah, you can return to the main menu, and restart the various levels. So next, I want to talk about how we designed the levels. Here we use an app called Tiled, and we hand placed every single tile. And here we have object layers, and these different object layers are things you can interact with. The rest are just graphics. They don't really matter that much. Yeah, here's the entire level, and we export it here as a TMX file. In our world generator class, we call the TMX parser class, which creates an instance for every tile or every object layer. There's an instance of whatever object we have. Next, I want to talk about the pathfinding. Basically, the enemies, at first we had the enemies always go towards you when you're in range, always following you. But when we were playing, we found that was kind of overwhelming. So instead, we made it so that their target destination gets updated only once their original destination has been completed. So that way it's much easier for the player, and it's not as overwhelming. And here we use a A-star algorithm, which basically is a very popular algorithm to find the shortest distance between two objects, in our case the enemy and the player. And yeah, that's it for the movement, enemy movement. Next, I want to talk about libgdx and our implementations of libgdx. Firstly, obviously, classes like screen, super classes like screen, is very useful. That was available in libgdx. Also, all the graphics that we used, we initialized them from the sprite batches, from skin, music. All the music we use as well is playing thanks to these like classes of the libgdx. And yeah, I would say that our greatest challenge that we faced while making this game was just realizing like what to do, because obviously we never learned how to use libgdx in our classes, so we just had to figure it out, like how to get started. Like, okay, like we have a tiled app, we have these levels, right? But how do we actually export it into a game that actually functions into a map? After like researching online and everything, we were able to handle it. And after that was mainly like smooth sailing. It wasn't too difficult. Also the creativity, just in general, like because I wanted each level to look different and unique. So yeah, just the creativity and the story for the game was the hardest part. And obviously, like any coding project, debugging was the worst part, but we managed with that. And yeah, pretty much once we figured out how libgdx works, the challenge was simple. Like, it was pretty smooth afterwards. And yeah, this is our game. And thank you for watching.